Hi everyone. Today we're going to be working with a case study where we're going to be generating leads, generate and qualify leads of people interested in buying hair. Then this is going to be a Peruvian hair, and we're going to be doing this using Google Form. So this is going to be a kind of quick tutorial for you guys if you are new to Google Form and lead generation and you don't know how to generate leads outside of Apollo and Lemlist tools or platforms. So today, this tutorial is going to involve things, and I'm going to just highlight or just do a quick mock-up here. So one, we're going to build a what? A Google form. We're going to build a Google form. Okay. Then two, we're going to look for platforms on which we're going to paste this form to be able to actually get links or leads of people interested in buying hair. Okay. Then three, we're going to actually get responses and then see how we're going to present this to our clients who asked us to do these tasks. So remember that this is just a personalized case study. This might not apply to every instance. So if you are here by this time, I know you are here because you want to learn this. So let us get started. So the first thing first I want to do is I want to create my form, and I'm going to do this using Google Forms. And to build this form, I need to know some kind of details. So to qualify leads, we need to, actually do some certain things. Like we need to know how much they are willing to spend on the form, on this particular hair, and when they are willing to spend the money. We can also take some things like, their preferred hair color and the rest of them. So we're going to just make a quick mock here. So we're going to say, okay, uh, maybe amount, you know, amount they are willing to spend. Okay. Another one we can say, okay, desired length, desired color. Okay. So they're going to tell us what color they prefer, and then the amount they're willing to spend, and also when, or expected time of, let me just say target date of purchase. Yeah, so we need to know these things from our clients or from our leads. So with these their responses now, we are not going to qualify them to know if they are actually going to be able to buy or not. So let us go straight to Google Form and then start building the form. So the first thing I want to do is to go to my Google Form, which is going to be at forms.google.com. And so this is our form, and we want to actually use a quick form. I love starting from scratch. I love building my form from scratch so that I can be able to be in control, right? So I'm going to go to this blank form here. Excuse me. So I'm going to go to this blank form, and that's what I'm going to use. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to title it. So let us call it let's call it Otanwa hair what? Otanwa hair form. Alright. Now you can put a small description and say, okay, um, please kindly respond with accurate details in order to help us serve you better. So this is because we don't want them to start giving us, details that are not correct. So when they give us the correct, accurate details, we need to be able to like use that to be able to tailor the experience with them, or maybe deliver their thoughts to them, right? So this is our title of our form, and here we need to start putting in the questions that we wish for them to answer to us that can help us to qualify them, right? So what are the questions? So the first one I want to ask actually could be their name. Can say, okay, what is your name? So this is going to be a short answer question, and it's going to be required. We are using the short answer because, of course, it's just about my name. Maybe Richard N, or Cynthia Big Head, or whatever. So that one is quite short compared to paragraph, which requires them to write longer text, right? So I'll leave it as short answer. And then the next I want to do is I want to take their gender. So say gender, and this one's going to be a male or female, right? So I'm going to say male, and of course this one's going to be female. Yeah, I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to add another question, and I'm going to say, okay, um, how much are you willing to spend on hair right now? So this one is where they need to tell me how much they are willing to spend. So I can make it a range. I can make it a multi-choice, and then I think I'm going to say, okay, a range here. Let me just say 100K. I'm going to get the Naira sign, Naira symbol, and put it there. Yeah. So this is the Naira sign. This is the official currency of Nigeria. So this is the symbol. So I'm going to say how much are you willing to spend right now? Okay. See, I'm going to say, okay, here I'll say maybe 75,000 to, say, I'll say 75 to maybe 100K. And then we can put another option here. We can say, okay, maybe 100K, 100 to 150K. You can still add another one again and say, okay, 150 slash, okay, you can say 200K. Then let us also say 200 slash 200, maybe 350K, 350K. Okay, so we are good like this, right? This is the price range of what we have. We can even say, okay, more. You can even say it's maybe 350K and above, right? So that it can tell us, okay, maybe they're willing to spend more money, right? So this is going to be a required question. When it is required, it means that they cannot submit this form until they provide this answer here. So we're going to click on required, right? Cool. Now, the next I want to do is I want to actually get to know how I can be able to get to them. So I'm going to click on this, which is to add a question. And I'm going to ask them for a phone number. Of course, that's going to be a GSM number, right? Yeah, I can say mobile. Okay, now this is going to be a short answer. It's going to be a short answer that they're going to just type in their phone number, and that is just it. Then the next I want to do is I want to still take one more. I'm going to ask for their WhatsApp number. WhatsApp number. This is important because when you call them on their normal phone number, on their WhatsApp, you can be able to like send them, when you have new hair, you can store their contact so that they can be able to see when you have, new inputs, right? So you can take their WhatsApp number here, and it's going to be a required stuff. So the next I want to do is I want to add their email address. So say email address. Of course, the same thing applies. It's going to be a short answer question. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to know when they are willing to buy. So okay, when are you, let me say, expected date of, you know, purchase, or let me just make it clear, like when are you likely to buy this, to buy a hair. Okay, so this is a question as well. We can then come down here because now I want them to give me a particular date. I don't want it to be a guesswork. They should just give me a target date. So I'm going to click on these options here. And I'm going to come down to this date here because this is a date time where they're going to just, give me a particular date that they're going to, buy the hair. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to make it a requirement. And I can also add more so that I can get their city where they live, because when they order, I need to know the country, state or region, and then city where they live. So I can say here, country. This is a country. I can say, okay, this is going to be a short answer. I can make it required. Then next, I'm going to say, okay, state, region, state/region. Yeah, then this is going to be a short answer as well. But in most cases, if you're within the southern Nigeria, let me say if you're within the southern Nigeria, you can just say, okay, we only deliver in this state. So you can now come down here. You see that we have this multiple choice here. Click on this and then you can now add options. So you can actually come back here to add an option, right? Come on, this is wrong. I'm supposed to be able to click on this. Let me say check boxes. No. Let me click on this and then put option 1. Maybe we are targeting the southern part of Nigeria, so I'm going to say Lagos because I wanted to be able to have an option. So have Lagos, we have Delta, then we're going to have things like let's say uh, Calabar, or let me say Cross River, and we're also going to take Benin City, Benin. No, let me say Edo State. So we are within the south and we just want to work with this, right? Just a few states. So we're going to say Bayelsa. You can still add Akwa Ibom. Like this, I feel we are okay like this. So we can make it a required. So they can only pick one choice from here. Then next we're going to say city. So the city, we're going to just pick one of the cities in all of this just to save time, right? So I'm going to say, okay, city. Let me say, what city do you live? What city do you live? And of course, it's gonna be. Gonna say. I don't want to say check boxes. It's going to be a multiple choice, so you can be able to add options. So for Lagos, we have Ojota. You can also add Lekki. That's for Lagos. Now for Delta, we have Asaba. Okay, we have Warri. Now for Cross River, we have Oron. I don't know. Yeah. Then for Edo, we have Benin. We also have Auchi. Then for Bayelsa, we can add. For Bayelsa State, we can add Kiama. Can also add. Let me say, we can also add Bayelsa State. We also have cities like Mbiama. Yeah. Then Akwa Ibom State, I think we can put in seats. In seat Eket. Like that, right? So these are just the different options, and of course, it's going to be a compulsory question that they have to, give to us. So this could just be our lead capturing form. So now that we are done creating this form, we could actually use this for whatever we wish to do. I think I'm going to stop the form creation here. We've gotten the name, the gender, the amount they are willing to spend. This is going to help us to actually, decide if they are qualified to buy or not. Then phone number, then WhatsApp number, as well as email address. Then when they are going to buy, then their country. Of course, it's going to be a Nigerian thing. So then they also need to tell us the city where they live and so on and so forth. So now I want to add another one and say any special requests, requests, any special requests. So they can tell us whatever they feel like it. So I can put here and say, let me just say paragraph if they wish to like it, and can just put required here so that I can go to tell us something. Okay, so now we are done with this form. The next thing we're going to do is to publish this form. And how do we do that one? To publish this form, we need to come to this publish button here. This is where we're going to publish the form. And publishing the form helps us to ensure that the form is going public so that people that we are going to send the link to can be able to fill the form or respond to it. So I'm going to click on this, publish, and we are going to click publish one more time. And at this point, we have now created the form. So next thing now is to get the link to this form, which is this one here. This is our copy responder link here. So with this link now, if we send this form out to our responders or those that are going to fill this form, they can be able to view it and then respond. So this is the form. I'm going to click on shorten to make the form link shorter. Then I'm going to click on copy. Now, this is our lead capturing environment. This is our lead capturing tool, the Google form that we just created. Now, there's another thing that I feel everybody is going to be interested in knowing about Google Forms. That is the ability to get your form responses or to get people's responses on your Google Sheet. Now, the Google Sheet is the Excel format or is the Excel feature or the Excel tool owned by Google. So while Microsoft actually owns Microsoft Excel, Google has theirs called Google Sheet. So now we wish to, we wish it to be such that whenever people fill this form, we're going to get their responses compiled in an Excel sheet. How can we do this? To do this, we need to click on responses on our Google, form environment, and then we're going to click on link to sheets. This enables our form and our responses to appear in a spreadsheet format. So we're going to click on link to sheets, and it says create new spreadsheet. We are going to leave the option here. If you click on this select existing spreadsheet, it means that you want to select maybe another particular Google sheet that's already existing in your Google Drive. So we're assuming that our Google Drive is fresh, it's new, there is no existing sheet there. So we're going to click on this create new spreadsheet, and then we're going to click on create. And at this point now you can see that our form is now here like this, is now in existence. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually respond to this form, and that I will do by simply viewing the form and then filling it. So this is the form now. I want to respond like I was some customer that want to actually, opt in to buy hair, right? So I'm going to assume that I want to buy hair, and now I want to fill the form. So I don't know why it's taking so much time, but it's supposed to have loaded by now. Okay, still hoping that it loads and allows us to fill the form. So now our form has been loaded successfully. You can see that this is our town hair form. I just named it this way so that you can be able to name yours the way you wish for it to be named. So in here, the customer has to give us the name. We're going to call it Otanwa Joseph. Here they need to specify their gender, are they male or female? Of course, the males can buy for their girlfriends or their wife. The females also can buy gifts for their friends. So maybe I can say, okay, I'm a male. Now, how much am I willing to spend on this form? I can say, okay, I have some 350k, so I can put this there. And then it says phone number. So here you need to specify your phone number. I can say, okay, whatever there, just a DOM number there. Then your WhatsApp number could be the same thing. Now, email address is going to be just something email. Okay, just something normal there. Then now this is now this is interesting part. What they say, when are you likely to buy a hair? So the person needs to click on this here, put a date. Let me say 10th of August 2025, right? However, if I choose to click on this calendar here, I can be able to select this. Maybe I want to buy on the 14th. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So now the next thing here is to specify my country. So of course I am from, let me say I am from Warri, or sorry, I live in Nigeria. So the country is going to be, the state or region is going to be Delta, and then in Delta State, the city where I live is Warri, right? Then any special request, I can say, okay, please ensure the hair is original. Okay. Now I just remember that there's something I missed here. I actually missed the part where I had to select the color of the hair that I want and also the length. But then let me just submit this form. So I'm going to click on submit here so that we can actually get to see what the stuff looks like. So I submitted my responses, and you can see that here on Google Sheet here, we're able to see the response that came from Otawan Joseph, and the gender is male, and is projecting to spend 200/350k. You can see so many stuff here. You can see a lot of details here. You can see when they are likely to buy, the country, the states where they live in, the city, and then whatever they wrote here as a special request, right? So now I skipped something. I want to edit my form. How can I edit my form? If I wish to edit my form, I need to go back to the form on my Google Drive. You see the questions here? I need to go back there, and from this part now, I need to specify the hair color I wish to get. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click preferred hair color. Say, okay, preferred hair color. I'm going to say desired. Say desired. Let me just say preferred hair color. And this is going to be, I can put options here. You can see that we have checkbox, or let me just click on multiple choice and I'll put red. I can put red. I can put black. Okay. I can put pink. I can put burgundy. Okay. I can put blonde. Like that, right? So this one means that they can actually get to select one. Then what about the length? I need to specify also. They should tell us the length that they want. So I can click on this add question here and click on desired hair length. This one will actually help you to know if you can serve this customer's request or skip him or skip her, right? So this one I'm going to put on hair length. I'm going to say, let me say 12 inch, 12 inch, say 12 inch. You can also add another one and say maybe 18 inch. I don't really know how it is, but then I can say 18 inch. I can say 24 inch, and I can also say 36 inch. This one is for the senior babes, right? That kind of stuff. So they'll be able to tell us the kind of length of hair that they want. And now I am seeing that everything here is overlapping. I want this any special request to be the last part of my question. So I'm going to drag it down. You see, when you want to drag something down on Google Form, you need to place your cursor on the middle here, where you have this small icon here. Then you drag you right click on your mouse, then you drag it down. Consider the thing is moving up, right? So this is where we want it to be. You leave it here. When you leave it here, you are good to go. So you can now publish your form once again. And say, okay, save. Now, if we can go back and refresh our form, let me refresh the form here so that it will be faster. You can see that here now, we must be able to see that the questions are now well rendered. You can now see that we have the gender. Let me just say the name. Now the name now is Michael Sylvia. Okay, Gender, of course, is male. How much is he willing to spend? I can say 350k and above. Phone number, anything there. Okay, WhatsApp number, anything there. Then email address is just a dummy stuff. Okay, then when are you likely to buy the hair? So you can say, okay, he's buying on the 20th of August. So where the country the person say he lives in Nigeria, and then which city? Say he lives in Lagos. So which city in Lagos? Can say he lives in Lekki. Preferred hair color, you can say black. Okay, hair, desired inch, you can say 24. Then any special requests? Please, I do not need fake hair. Okay, then what do you do next? You can answer, okay, submit. And this is just how this is. And if you not come up, if you not come back, you can see that actually here we currently have two responses. One is from Michael Sylvia, who is also male, and so on and so forth. So this is actually how you can actually get to create a lead capture form for, with Google Form. Now, where can you use this form? Where are you likely to use this form? Where can you get customers for this your lead business? So in order to get customers, we are going to have to go to another place. We can call this anywhere people talk about hair. You can use Facebook, right? You can use Facebook. So on Facebook, our mission is to come to Facebook, and then we're going to search for pages that talk about hair. So I'm going to search for hair here. Can talk about hair or Brazilian hair, or let me just say Peruvian hair, depending on what you're selling. Okay, so we are looking for pages or posts that talks about this kind of hairs, because that is what we are trying to sell, right? So you can see that this one now is what is for. It's actually for a hair, page. So you only just to come to this comment section here. You can see that there's a comment section. You can click on the comment section, and then a very, very good comment that can draw attention to your person. Or you can even make a comment here and then paste the link. For instance, it's okay, I sell good and original what? Original virgin what? Virgin Peruvian hair at what? A subsidized, at a reduced price. Right? That should be price. Okay. Kindly respond to this form. Then you can paste the form link there. Is the form link, and then what do you do now? Post the comment. Just post the comment. So you've actually made this comment. Now, when somebody that's interested in what you're doing sees this your comments, they're going to need to click on this form to be able to, get to you and possibly order what you want to sell. So this is just one way. This is just one way to be able to actually generate leads. The other way is to go to TikTok, is to go to Instagram, is to go to Snapchat. These are platforms where people that love hair, people that that love to show off their hair are found. So you can actually go to these places and then make attention-seeking comments that can draw people to yourself, and then you can paste your link, or you can simply just post that comment that can draw attention to yourself, and then when they come to your DM, you can then send them the form. Now you can see that these are the responses here. You can see that the response Google Form actually allows you to be able to actually see your responses in bars and charts. Those questions that require just an input will be rendered as you know you know they will be rendering, they will be coming off as kind of charts and histograms and whatever, to give you a quick overview of what your audience is like. So this is just how you can actually generate leads using Google Form, and I hope that this was quite simple enough for everyone to understand. You can see that here I can be able to see them all in my Google Sheet. So I hope you guys understand this. Remember, this is only from Fast Giddy Tutorials. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and ask questions in the comment section. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye bye.